Hey, collective. So I was just sitting here thinking about that last reading, right? And Spirit was telling me, you know, the powers that be, they plant the narrative of situations. They plant the seed as a narrative into the collective. And then us latching on to their seed, us latching on to their narrative and being fearful of that narrative, worrying, debating it, you know, feeling like we have to stand up and fight this or stand up and fight that. Like us feeding into their narrative that they plant as a seed is what creates the physical situations in the world. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So there's no obligation for you to believe these narratives, feed into these narratives, right? That's why they don't want us to wake up. This is why they've been so afraid of our collective waking up, because we're waking up to how the process works. That they plant the seed of a narrative and then expect our energy to feed that narrative. Our fears, our worries, our lack of faith to feed those narratives, which create the world that they want to see and keep us imprisoned in through fear, through arguing and disagreeing, right? That's why I feel like Christ teaches us love. The only law is love. If we're all walking in this energy of divine faith and trust and love, then there's no room for us to feed their narrative, right? When they try to plant these seeds in the collective, we are wise enough and awoke enough, aware enough to realize there's no obligation for us to pay attention to those narratives, to feed those narratives, to give those narratives our fearful energy, our anger. You know, that's the spell of it all, I guess, is we do have a choice. Just because the seed is planted doesn't mean we have to water it. If we're aware of what's going on, then we can choose to turn to the right. Right? We can choose to look this way and not look at their agenda. We can choose to focus our energy in our individual units, right? Our families, our individual world where you're existing at right now. When you're feeding positive energy into your individual situations, then there's no room for your energy to go out on the big stage of that they want. They want you to feed this fearful energy out into the world. So they try to disrupt our family situations. They try to get us, fighting with one another, disagreeing with different religions, things like that, right? It's all like false flag stuff that our collective is waking up to, and we're taking our power back from, and we're realizing we get to plant the seeds of the narratives we want to live out. We're taking our power back from the powers that be, or think they be, the powers that have had us spellbound to a fear matrix for so long. Why do you think you see all these stars falling right now in Hollywood, right? Right? What is that representing on the spiritual stage? That all these big stars that have been trafficking and abusing and misusing their skills to perpetuate more fear matrix, like they're falling, as they should. These stars are falling, stars that are falling to the earth. What does that mean when you look at these things with spiritual eyes? It means there's a power shift happening, is what it means. Because enough of us have been woken up. Enough of us realize what is going on in this world. Enough of us has decided to take our power back and focus love into our families, into our lives, into our inner selves, right? Our confidence and our belief in ourselves, in the world, in the divine realm. There's no obligation to focus on their narratives anymore. Because when we focus on their fearful narratives and we disrupt the peace that we hold within ourselves, then our energy is being filtered into their agenda. That's how they take our power from us. That's how they've kept us asleep for so long. They do it through media. They do it through false information in books. They do it by keeping us fighting with one another about whose beliefs are right and whose beliefs are wrong. They do it by creating division and strife, laughing at us the whole time as they're siphoning off our energy. Because they feel like they've made us forget who we are. You are God incarnate. You are the divine spark seated in this world. And you come with great power, great wisdom. It's in you. It's not in this world. It's in you. And when you wake up to remember that it's in you, and you're not going to find it in the world, but you can bring it to the world. You can bring this spark, this love, this peace, this wisdom into the world by showing up in that energy. It's a game changer. And that's why we've been under such attack, collective. Right? They don't want us to know this. They don't want us to see this. They don't want us to know how powerful we are. Right? Because really, there's more of us than there is of them, if you think about it. So the more of us that wake up in this power, we're going to overpower the agenda, the fearful agenda, the agenda of oppression, of disagreement, of strife, of hatred. And all it takes is the unity of love and divine trust, remembrance of your own divine spark. And they're afraid of that. They've been afraid of us for a long time. But we don't have to feed into their agenda. We don't have to believe the false stories of fear that they've created for a long time now. The false history that they've tried to teach us. The false beliefs that they've tried to instill in us. We don't have to do that. We don't have to believe that. You have free will to choose what you want to see in this world. To choose how you want this world to be for your children. And it starts with you. It starts with your beliefs and how you choose to show up and what you choose to focus on energetically. So, I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there. You can agree, you can disagree. I love you regardless if you do or if you don't. And hopefully this message doesn't get blocked because, you know, they're really good at trying to do that too. I've been blacklisted ever since I started my YouTube channel, and I just didn't understand why, but it's all making sense because I know it's not one person that did it. It's because of what I have to speak about. It's the things that I've said into the collective. It's not because there's anything I did wrong. It's because of the message that I bring. And that's okay because I believe in a divine realm. And I believe in the power of the Most High God, the force of positive over negative. And I know both exist. But I also believe in a supreme force. And that supreme force is the force that I feel I'm tapped into. The divine force. Because I've been through some stuff, y'all, that I should not have gotten out of. And I don't know how I got out of it other than the fact that I followed that voice that said, go right, go left. Don't do this, don't do that. And I'm grateful. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm going to pop off here. You guys have a wonderful day celebrating today. You know, it's not just a day of birth for Christ. I feel like it's our rebirth. It's our day of rebirth too, collective. It's our day to step out of the tomb too. I love you.